America's backbone was built on blue-collar business grit, grind, and muscle. This is where you stop working for the business, and the business starts working for you.
Woo, we're going to teach you how to prospect for blue-collar gold customers, gold clients. Kevin, this right here, so many people miss. And that's probably the main reason why they can never get past that certain revenue mark. What's your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I'll give it in a nutshell is what I think is, how do you get customers that can give you multiple jobs? So it's not just one. It's not that I don't want one house, but how do you get somebody that can give you multiple ones? So who controls the okay on multiple jobs? That's property managers, it's realtors, it's people who manage commercial properties, it's HOA board members. Get to the people who are going to have the clout to get you multiple jobs. So you're not just working once. It's the same effort to get to meet that person and get one job as it is some regular old homeowner at the end of a cul-de-sac. But that person's only going to get you one check. How can you get somebody who can get you 6, 7, 10 checks on a regular?
You want to do a one-to-many concept. Stop doing this one-to-one. Like our goal, mine and Kevin's goal, is to make sure that you maximize every single effort in growing your business. Whether it's you're moving from that W-2 to acquire business, or if you've already in the business, and we've got to get you to where your effort is only working on massive stuff that's producing huge ROIs for whatever you're putting out. So if you go to groups like he just mentioned, you get in front of the realtor sales meeting. You've got many eyeballs and ears listening to you and your story. If you reach out to the HOA, you've got a whole neighborhood that you've got influence with at this point. If you were going to sit there and go to your civic meetings and your BNI meetings, again, you've got multiple eyeballs and ears that are listening to what you have to offer. Way more effective than you going after the one individual. This is how you maximize your efforts. This is how you build an army of people that are constantly aware of what you're doing and are out there promoting you. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want an army of promoters that talk about how your company is the absolute best at what it is providing. So Kevin, now that we've kind of talked about, where should you reach out and find these individuals? And real quick, before we leave that subject, a couple of other ideas there. Like if I wanted to get into hotels, I'm not looking for some type of innkeeper association to go up to speak at. Mm-hmm. If I want to get in to, let's say that you're in a neighborhood already, you want more in that neighborhood. And Kevin's about to communicate on how you're going to do that. So how do we get tactical after we kind of know of where we're going to find our customer base?
Okay. Once I get in a neighborhood, I'm taking that neighborhood over. We all know as blue collar guys, travel time kills you. You have a landscaping business, you have whatever type of company. If you're there, you want to mow all those lawns at one time, park a truck, go mow 5 of them, move the truck up 70 feet, go mow another 5. That's the best way. You're going to have the highest profit margins and you could save the most time. So how do I do that? So once I get one house, anytime I do any house, if it was for gutter cleaning, landscaping, I'm knocking on 2 to 3 doors on each side of those things.
Yep.
And yes, and you know what? It's even easier now with Ring cameras because people can answer you on their phone and talk to you. They don't like back when I did it. A lot of times, people would come to the door. Maybe they got a baby in there. Maybe they don't want to do it. Now people will do that. And you quickly tell them, hey, I always point, hey, I'm down the street at the Garrisons cutting their lawn. We cut the lawns here on Wednesday. I want to see if I can give you a price. I can give you a great deal because we're here. People will mostly say yes if you say it like that. You're giving them some social proof. You're already on the street. Yep. So they feel like a neighbor, even if they don't know the Garrisons. They feel like they trust you.
Absolutely.
They feel like they're going to get a deal because, well, it makes sense to them. You're already here, so you're probably going to do it for less than normal. So that's one way. The other way is skip tracing, which was not around when I was doing it, but this is what I do. Skip tracing, I'm not going to get into all that. You can Google it. You can find people. on Fiverr and Upwork to do it super easy. I'd pull every neighborhood I'm in. This is a nugget for anybody who has a business.
Huge.
Every neighborhood you're in, skip trace every one of those houses. What that means is they're going to find whoever lives there, their name, their cell phone, their information. Then you could just send them a text, and you can basically text them just like I was talking on the door knocking. Where you could say, hey, I would tell them, I'd get so specific, I'd tell them we do these other 3 houses on Mill Creek Road, and we'd like to give you a price. You can send a text, but you could do that in every neighborhood. It's very hard to say. So if you're a roofer and you're doing a roofer and you're knocking on doors during a storm, everybody knows once you start doing 1 or 2 roofs, you're more likely to get more roofs.
Absolutely.
As soon as I got one, I'd start texting those people. It's essentially door knocking, but it shows up on their phone.
That's it.
We all know we read texts when we get it. You can say you don't. How many unread texts are on your phone right now? I got a lot of unread emails and whatever other shit, but on my phone, I read it.
Text is probably the most conversion ratio read, just because, yes, nobody's going to leave a text unread there. So let's talk about commercial then. You can do the exact same thing. If you're looking for medical offices, if you're looking for hotels, if you're looking for dental, retail, whatever, you can skip trace. You do what Kevin just said. You go up on one of these virtual assistant sites, just Google skip tracing. And then if they can skip trace that, they can skip trace the other. You just tell them what you want. And here's something I'll add to it. Listen, you can skip trace anything. There's I think it was List Source. I was told somebody needed to get all of the owners of private jets, and they asked for a list, and they got a list of all of the owners of private jets. You don't have to know how to do it. You just need to know the person that does it. So pulling a list can get you information. Now all you got to do is reach out and contact. Let them know who you are and that you're already doing that. If it's medical offices, hey, I do so-and-so medical offices in these areas, would like to communicate with you about how we can help you with yours as well.
So I'm going to show you how we do it with apartment complexes. We did this 4 or 5 years ago. We pulled every one of our clients. We had like over 1,000 at that point, way over 1,000. Every single one. Then I had found all the complexes within like a mile of them, get their information, get their email, get their phone number, and then we would contact them and say, yeah, we do Chestnut Oaks across the street. We're doing the gutters there. We can give you a great rate, all that kind of stuff. It's social proof. People are much more likely to talk to you when they know somebody else has already vetted you. And that's, they're just assuming. Do they know Chestnut Oaks across the street? Do they know their manager? They absolutely might. Go ahead, call them. And if you say, well, I don't have any, so still reach out to them. Just change your messaging a little bit. But when you get in a neighborhood or when you get in a certain area and you like it, you need to go all in on those. And that's how you can take over neighborhoods very easily like that.
You need a name drop like a son of a gun. Once you get the first one, you name drop it, because again, social proof. People know you already are being used by someone else. So it makes them think, okay, he's probably okay. Tell us how to present, man. Kevin, I want to know, because you've done very well with this in your apartment association for the gutter cleaning, especially at this point. There's no face-to-face with these people anymore, right? It's all over email and whatnot.
It's all over email. And I've even removed myself as the face for the company, because years ago, it was always, well, I want to talk to Kevin. Have Kevin call me. Oh my God, it was all the time. Now nobody really cares about Kevin. It's more the brand that works. They know, hey, if you email this team, you contact this team, there's different people on the team. They're all going to take care of you the same. So this goes with marketing, and for sure, people get this somewhat on marketing, but they do not understand this on sending proposals. I'll be real blunt. People don't give a shit about you. They care about their own problems. So, an old school marketing was like, oh, we've been in business since 1990. Nobody cares, or whatever. They want to know how you're going to solve their problem. So reverse engineer what their problems are. For me, it's property management companies. They're getting gutters done. I know their problems. They have trouble getting enough bids. They want to know the work's done because you can't go up there on the roof and check.
Right.
They want to know that you're going to come on time. They want to know you're not going to embarrass them and have some degenerates walking around their community smoking cigarettes and doing all kinds of stuff that lots of blue collars guys like to do, and that I know what their pain points are. They also want to know that that job's done. You send in the invoices, you're insured and everything. So I think of all those things that they're thinking about. None of those has anything to do with me. It has to do with what they want. So when I am sending in that proposal, a lot of guys, every proposal I get from blue collar guy at my house, it's one page, it's off like Jobber or something. It looks the same as everything. Is that the worst thing in the world? No. But if any one of them starts to do what I'm going to tell you, they will start closing way more and they're going to
Absolutely.
get a better price. And this is what I do on my proposals. I have custom made proposals. Of course, you have the logo and everything. It explains the actual job and price. And we all get that. That's on every proposal. But then I have a why choose us. And it's not about me, it's about them. So it's about all those things that they're afraid of, that we're uniformed, that we always answer the phone, that we always make good on everything. We guarantee the work. I tell managers, they think, really, you're going to do that? I tell them, if you're not happy with the work, I will void the invoice. It's guaranteed.
So you give a guarantee. I like it.
I give a guarantee. And I was a little nervous doing that. How many people have taken me up on that? I mean, it's like 3 out of many,
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
thousands at this point. People do
Same.
not. So if you have good customers, you're not going to have that. I've never heard of a gutter cleaning company doing that. And I've had so many people say, I mean, it was like a no-brainer to the board. You're guaranteeing it. And you have this company and you have like a national presence. You don't care about $4,000. I give them that feeling. He will void that invoice. And I've told people when they're unhappy, I say, hey, if we can't solve it, I'll void it.
Yeah.
And they say, well, what do you, I don't want you to void it. I said, but I'll void it if you're not happy. But I put that across in that message. So they have a guarantee that really, most people's guarantees are bullshit. Follow it with you will, it's free if you're not happy. That will be super powerful. Talk to them about how your guys are going to show up and be on their community or in their house. Guys, you got to be uniformed. You should have nice trucks and everything. You can't have I've had it, guys out there smoking cigarettes, putting butts out on people's driveway. Hell no. You got to let them know none of that's going to happen. Then you got to let them know you're going to follow up with them. You're going to tell them if there's any issues on the roof or gutters, and we'll tell you about solutions. So I'm thinking of all these things that they want to hear. I put it all in the thing. Then I do the thing that's about me, but it's not, is I do a credibility piece. So I do that visually. I have pictures of us, a collage of pictures of my guys doing bird's eye pictures of them on massive complexes. And I have the vans. We set up like we really did it with the two 40-foot ladders above two vans on a complex. It's so clear when you're looking at that PDF of these guys do these jobs all the time. You can't lie about it. Could you go on Google and get those pictures? I guess. But it's a credibility piece. So now they're saying, all right, these guys do these jobs. They answered all my questions. So you have to figure out, what does this homeowner or property manager or realtor, what do they want? They really want to protect their reputation. And if they're a homeowner, they want to know you're going to take care of their property. And then the last thing is, people will send 3 references or ask 3 references. We send 100. That's
love it.
over. I send it in a spreadsheet. We got like 20 different ones for different states. It's like custom done. It's got the logo. It's got 100 references. You know what happens if you send someone 100 references? They don't call any of them.
No.
Not that that's my goal, but it's like 100 references. This guy's got 100 complexes, and
Yeah.
just look at it and do it. So you could say, well, I don't have 100 references. So send 10.
Yeah.
Send 10 before you're asked and encourage them to call them. It will set you aside. So now you have social proof and references, but you don't have 3. Your mom's friend and your girlfriend, because that's what some of these guys' references are, right? They're nothing.
Even if you've got one, just say a most recent reference, name, number. Like, you got to start somewhere. Kevin started somewhere, but eventually you'll have the 100. And when you've got the 100, absolutely, man, that was a ton of social proof right there with 100. So here's a couple of examples. You might be saying, okay, well, we heard about gutter cleaning and how you were able to put that proposal together. The key takeaway of what Kevin just said was answer their questions before they have to ask them, because you are not standing in front of them talking this out majority of the time. If you are, fantastic, then still answer the questions before they ever ask them, because the other guy's not doing that. They're having to exert more effort to communicate with the other guys, and you're probably going to get the proposal one just because of that. Price is not always the determining factor. So let's say that I'm going to an insurance agent because I want him to send me his claims for water or fire or mold damage. His concern, his problem is he loses his insureds during the claim process. After the claim process, the premium's probably going to hike up. During the claim process, if they had a bad experience, they're leaving when that premium hikes up. So what I tell them is I say, look, we go in and we make sure that your insured, your customer and our customer, our mutual customer, is going to have their expectations set, because we understand that it costs you money to acquire this customer and it costs less money for you to keep this customer. So let's keep these customers, so you have to stop paying all of this expensive marketing. And how do we keep these customers during the claim process? Is for you to look like a hero by setting their expectations that they're not getting a brand new house and a free rehab. They're going to get to pre-loss condition. That was your obligation as an insurance provider. If I'm speaking to a realtor, what is their goal? To sell a house. What's going to help sell a house? It having good, clean floors. It having curb appeal. It not having cigarette odor in it. So I talked to them about how we help them sell their houses quicker so that they can get their commissions. What is your referral partner or your customer wanting? Answer those questions before they have to ask them, and you just instilled value. Your competition didn't do that. Your competition said, we've been in business for 10 years and we've got this many employees and we've won these kind of awards or whatever. No, that was not what they cared about. They wanted to know how their problems were going to be solved and how you're going to put time and money back into their pockets.
Absolutely. Chris, what last part on the referrals or references? I'm sure everybody in here, if you got a business, you know which clients you should refer. But here's another one. If you're starting off, go do somebody's job for free just for the referral.
Oh, I love it.
Go clean their gutters. Go cut their lawn. Go do something. I'm not saying paint their house. Do something for them and say, hey, I'll do it for free. I just want a 5-star Google review and I want to use you as a referral. That person will be your best reference forever. They will feel that's the law of reciprocity. They will reciprocate that.
Love it.
So this is right. A lot of good stuff in here. Chris, you're going to follow up? What are we doing next time?
Yeah. All right. We're going to give you guys the secrets of high-performing sales in a blue-collar business. This is going to be a fun one, and this one's going to definitely be a moneymaker. We'll see y'all next week.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.